she different, I can see it in her eyes. Get into the money, she been focused on the grind. Like a diamond, only gonna shine bright. She keep on living her life.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wayda's World. It's your girl Theonlywayda, and I'm back at it again with another video. So as you can see by the title, guys, today's video is about isolation and if it's good or if it's bad. So I haven't made one of these videos in a long time. I've been isolated myself. Woo! The beat by the camera. Okay, it's gone. I don't know why I continue to make these videos outside, because the bees want to attack me, the squirrels want to throw stuff, the raccoons want to run after me. But I just like the scenery. It just gives calm, cool, and collective, and the weather is changing, so I want to be out here as much as I possibly can. So if you see me turning around checking my P's and Q's, don't even worry about it, because if a raccoon run up on me, then I'm gonna have to fight it. But yeah, as I was saying, this video is about isolation and if it's good or bad. But yeah, as I was saying about myself, I've been in a series of isolation myself. Honest to goodness, I felt like I didn't have anything to say at the moment, so I shouldn't really be talking. But then I seen somebody post and say, hey, like, when are you coming back with these videos? And I'm like, wow. So like I'm really helping people, so I feel like, okay, let me just get out of my own head and let me just, you know, let me talk. Let me talk a little bit, okay? So we're gonna jump right in. So to start, I'm gonna read you guys a little motivational message that I saw on TikTok, and I just want to share that with everybody because it's such a good message. And I feel like, you know, if somebody's not telling you, I am going to be telling you. I'm going to be here reading it to you, telling you, sending it to you, showing you that I care and I'm proud. Okay, ready? Slamming you out, slamming me out. Okay guys, are you ready? Don't mind me if I can't read. It's the message that matters, not the way I read. Okay, ready? You're stronger than the words you hear within yourself, and stronger than the words you hear from anyone else. You are stronger than the unknown. You are stronger than the moments that leave you questioning how you will ever go on. You are the one who pulled you through every moment you didn't know how to get through. You will always be the one able to get through it all. You are the one, no matter how weak or broken you feel, you are the one learning the lessons life is trying to teach you. You could ignore it all and cover yourself in unhealthy distractions, but you're trying. You're trying to find the light, and I promise the light is finding you. Here now, whatever you're going through. Oh, it's the squirrel. Guys, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm actually really scared. Okay. Let me compose myself. Anyway, I hope I read that message good to you guys, but basically, just to reiterate, the message is basically telling you that you are strong. You might be going through some hardships right now, but you are strong and you are learning these lessons, and in the end you will find the light. So you might be going through some rough patches right now, but trust me, in the end you will figure it all out. Life is literally an up and down cycle, roller coaster, whatever you want to call it, and you literally just have to take it day by day in order to manage. So that's the message of the day. All right, so when it comes to isolation in my opinion could be good or could be bad, but it all depends on the kind of season of isolation that you're having. So I believe that there is different types of seasons of isolation. One could be where you're being progressive. The next one, it could be you're running from your issue. And then the third one is basically like you're stuck, like something's holding you back. Okay, so to begin, I'm gonna talk about like my season of isolation. So literally currently I'm in a season of isolation. I have been keeping to myself. I honestly lost track of how long I've been keeping to myself. I've literally just been home. I barely reach out to anybody. I've just recently started to like communicate with other people like outside of my house more, but like, I've literally just been home. I've been keeping to myself. In the beginning, my season of isolation started like I was like more so unproductive. I wasn't doing anything. I would just stay home. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I just watch TV, or I would sleep. I would sleep for like an excessive amount of hours, like a lot of hours. I still do sleep a lot, but not as much as I did before. But when I mean excessive amount of hours, I mean like excessive amount of hours. But then I don't want to say that I was depressed, because I don't think I was depressed. I didn't feel depressed. I was just in this season of isolation. And now I'm finally navigating through my season of isolation and trying to figure out like what exactly do I want to do and why am I in the season of isolation. When I first started, I was a little confused, and then I started to get like restless now. So now during my season of isolation, I'm taking it as a time to be like progressive and work on things that I want to like achieve, like work on my goals. I have a couple of new goals that I've set for myself, and I want to reach those goals. So during the season of isolation, I have like started to work on those goals. Keep it short, simple. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense. I never know if I'm ever making sense in these videos. I really don't, but I just try to come on here and share my perspective on things. But like, I hope I'm making sense. Bear with me, okay? Okay, all right. So it's important to pay attention. Sorry, hurry up and go. Anyway, the squirrels, they're irritating me. The plane needs to move. Just give me all right, so it's important to pay attention to when you are going into your isolation. Now, you might not realize that you're in a season of isolation from the very beginning. So like when you realize that you're like dissing yourself from people, from the things that you love doing, from your regular activities, like you're going like completely off track and you're isolating, you need to come back, regroup, and figure it out, like what brought you into this season of isolation. And that can help you navigate if it's a good isolation or if it's a bad isolation. Okay, so good isolation is when you're isolating yourself either from a negative situation to protect your peace, or you're isolating yourself to work on like different goals and different projects or whatever. So you're spending less time on other people and more time on the things that you want in life. So those are two examples of like good isolation. Bad isolations is when you just don't want to be around anybody. You don't want to talk about anything. You don't want to do anything with anyone. Something negative has happened, and instead of you dealing with it, you're running away from it. Those are literally examples of negative isolation. So heavy on the pay attention to where your isolation is coming from and what triggered your isolation and how you can work through it. Okay, what are we doing during our isolation is important, like I touched on before. Are you working on yourself, or are you sitting and are you sulking? So you have to pay attention to your emotions. And I told her, like, when you're during this isolation, do you feel happier? Do you feel more upset? Like, do you just feel nothing? Like, you gotta pay attention to these things to know like where you are at in life, in your season of isolation. Now let me touch a little bit back on me. When I first started in my season of isolation, I didn't even realize until I realized that I'm not talking to anybody. Like anybody, if you don't live in the house with me, I was not talking to you. And I know it sounds bad, but honest to goodness, I wasn't doing it on purpose, and I did not realize it. I wasn't even posting on YouTube. I just ended up in this rut, and I didn't know when, who, what, where, when, and why. You know the 5 W's? They taught me that in elementary school. But yeah. Yeah, I didn't know why, and I went through different stages. And you can go through different stages in your isolation. 1, recognizing that you are isolating. 2, why you're isolating. 3, what we're doing during the period of isolation. 4, how we're gonna get out of that isolation. And 5, how isolation affected you. Boom. We're gonna call that the stages of isolation. I'm not a professional here, guys. I'm just talking off of my experience and what I went through. We're helping each other out. It's like this is gonna be like a healing group. This is definitely me talking to you guys about the things that I go through. Definitely help me understand my feelings more. So hopefully you hearing me talk about it shows that you guys are not the only ones going through things, and everybody feels like, you know, they feel a little bit better about themselves. Because sometimes let me think I'm a little crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm a human. I'm just going through life. Now, once it comes to isolation, I feel like isolation can either be good or really, really bad. And I know I keep repeating myself when I said this. And what I mean by this, the timeline of your isolation, like how long are you isolating for? Are you isolating? I feel like if you're isolating to 1 to 2 weeks, maybe, just maybe 3 weeks, it's still a healthy isolation depending on what you're doing during the isolation. Only 1 to 2, okay, fine, 1 to 3 weeks if you're being progressive through your isolation. If this is all about progression, 1 to 3 weeks for your isolation. Now, if you are isolating for, hold on, about 6 to 12 months, I feel like that's ineffective. I don't think that's a healthy way to work on whatever you gotta work on internally, externally. Thought that was a squirrel beside me. Around you. I feel like 6 to 12 months is like too much time away from the people around you, your regular daily activities. Like I feel like that's too much, because we are human and humans need interaction. As much as I don't like talking to people, unfortunately it's true. Humans need interactions. Like we need it is what it is. Sometimes I be interacting with my pets, talking to them, because it's better them than nobody, right? But yeah, people literally need interaction. So going AWOL, MIA, whatever you want to call it, for like 6 to 12 months, I feel like it's ineffective. That is just my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you ever went into isolation for 6 to 12 months and it has worked for you, then hey, let us know in the comments, like, what was your isolation for, like, you know. And it's different if you go into isolation when it comes to grieving. Even when you're grieving, you still want to have a bit of interactions so you don't get too caught up. You don't want to lose yourself in a sense. But grieving is a whole other topic. I'm not even gonna touch on that. But yeah, so that's what I think about your timeline of grieving. I mean, not grieving, hearing about grieving, your timeline of isolation. So you got to be careful of how long you are isolating for. Another thing is, I really feel like who you are as a person affects the results of your isolation. And I was reading, I write down notes so I can stay on track and navigate you guys through the videos. But yeah, who you are as a person also affects the results of your isolation. If you are a super, like, if you are a social butterfly and you like to be interacting with people, and you go into a season of isolation, you know that there's something wrong. You absolutely know that there's something wrong, especially if you thrive in these situations. Check yourself real fast. real fast. And if you see somebody who's normally like bubbly and they talk a lot and they're just like a happy person, social butterflies, like if you see social butterflies and then all of a sudden they stop, ask them what's going on, because something's going on. It might be something with themselves, it might be something with you and them. There probably something happened and they don't know how to approach it, but you should definitely check on that social butterfly, especially if it's out of their character. Now, if it's somebody who's normally like quiet and reserved, you genuinely, I'm about to go inside after this. You genuinely have to know like who you're dealing with. And the quiet and reserved ones are really hard to figure out if they're in a season of isolation or not, because they're just so quiet and reserved. So like, you never know. So if you're a close person to people who are quiet and reserved and they're different around you, I'm kind of like one of those people. I think I'm a mixture of I'm definitely quiet. When I go outside, whew, I'm definitely quiet. But anyway, off topic. Yeah, if you are friends, family with somebody who is like quiet and reserved, but when they're around you, like, you know, they're more open, and you realize that, you know, they're not really like interacting and reaching out, definitely check on your peoples. Always check on your peoples. In fact, you definitely checking on your peoples is another thing. I'm about to go a little left with this. Checking on people is something that I struggle with, and I'm okay to admit that I struggle with checking up on others, because sometimes you literally get caught up in your own stuff, in your own head, where you literally forget to check on those around you. Like, people say it's as simple as a text or a call, but when you're in your head, it's literally not as simple as a text or a call. You have to go through all this long list of stuff before you even say, oh crap, I didn't even check on them today. I didn't even check on them for the past 3 months. Like, it is hard. It's hard. Life is hard. Figuring out who you are is hard. everything is really hard. And I want everybody to be graceful, gracious with themselves. Jess. Good up, Ayla just came back here, but then she see me on the camera and then she went back. I don't know what that was about. Maybe I should check on her. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was seeing. In the end, pay attention to your feelings and your emotions. Pay attention to your feelings and emotions. Check on those around you if you can. Work on yourself. Overall, I feel like isolation can be progressive up until a certain point. Let's do a quick little Google search research thingy here. Okay. I didn't do like oof. Okay, so we're gonna search, is isolation bad for mental health? It says effects of social isolation and loneliness. Loneliness is associated with higher anxiety, depression, and suicide rates. It says, can too much isolation cause mental illness? Extended periods of social isolation can harm mental and physical well-being. Let me read that for you. Extended. Do you hear that word? Extended. That's my 6 to 12 months. That is way too long. 1 to 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops is how long you can isolate for. But anyway, this is me, and this is us with isolation. Anyway, so comment down below. Let me know if you related to this video, if you felt like this was complete utter nonsense, if you have any other topics that you want me to touch on. Hopefully this has helped you in some way, shape, or form, or showed you that you are not alone. It's good to be back. I love these videos. I just wish that the outreach was more, but it's okay. In due time. One I don't even know what I'm saying. One healer at a time, one subscriber at a time. I don't know. But before I go, it is Suicide Prevention Month, so I probably will do like the next one. We're probably more geared towards like Suicide Prevention Months and things to look out for, just little like pointers so you can help yourself and others. But yes, it is Suicide Prevention Month. If you lost somebody due to suicide, I'm so sorry. And if you have those thoughts or you have those feelings, don't be afraid to ask for help from somebody close to you. There's many free resources online if you need somebody to talk to. And if you're young, please guys, literally use kids help phone. They reply, they respond, especially if you're young. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know the next time that I post. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried my best. I so did. Oh, wait. Hold on. And I made this video because I saw Eliana's comments and she said to bring back your little mental health talks videos because she misses them. Thank you for that. I don't think you even know how much you helped me through my season of isolation, because as soon as I saw this, I'm like, what am I really doing? What am I really doing? So I had to get up and I did this for you. So thank you for commenting that. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot, because sometimes I think that nobody's listening. Nobody is really listening. So thank you. Mwah. Love you, girl. Anyway, that is the end. I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye.